A 35-year-old woman steps up to a restricted military checkpoint, presenting a worn, scratched badge with no modern chip or holographic seal. The checkpoint officer laughs, a sound of genuine amusement. This isn't even active anymore. Where did you dig this up? A museum? The woman doesn't defend herself or explain. She simply looks at the radio clipped to his shoulder and waits. The officer, mocking her with a condescending "ma'am," waves her toward a civilian area 2 miles away. Another guard joins in, joking about dusting off ancient artifacts and blowing away invisible cobwebs. They assume she is an antique collector or someone using a grandfather's surplus store find. Behind her, the level 5 security gate remains locked, its hydraulic bolts engaged and red lights blinking. The soldiers resume their casual chatter about fishing trips and soccer tournaments, confident the situation is resolved. The woman stands perfectly straight, hands relaxed at her sides. Her eyes systematically catalog the infrastructure. The 12-foot camera angles, the 162.150 MHz coordination band on the radio display, the diesel-powered backup generator, and the fiber optic junction box. She identifies 17 security vulnerabilities in silence, noting a 3-second camera delay and the misplaced generator. "You might want to listen," she says quietly. Her voice is soft but carries a factual weight that cuts through the morning air. The officer scoffs and taps his radio to switch channels. Suddenly, a burst of white noise flickers across the frequency. He rotates the dial, but the radio goes dead. Silence follows, not just on his unit, but on every communication device within range. Handhelds, vehicle systems, and the booth array all go dark simultaneously. The gate system freezes mid-cycle with a pressurized hiss. Inside the booth, the monitors turn red with a diagnostic error, error code 7743. System override initiated. Authentication required. Emergency landlines are dead. The joking stops abruptly as hands move instinctively toward weapons. This isn't a malfunction, it's a coordinated shutdown of independent platforms. The officer turns back to her, his irritation replaced by unease. "What did you do?" he demands. She doesn't answer. Moving slowly to avoid a defensive reaction, she places the worn badge back onto the scanner. This time, the system doesn't beep. It locks with the heavy sound of magnetic clamps. A hidden protocol, unknown to the current guards, activates. Doors seal with metallic thuds and cameras reorient toward her with mechanical precision. A classified banner flashes across every screen. Omega clearance detected. Stand by for authentication. The officer's face drains of color. He recognizes the code from whispered stories, clearances that exist above the normal chain of command. A distant command line overrides local control, and a single radio crackles to life. It is the officer's personal unit. A measured, authoritative male voice speaks. Checkpoint 7. Why is she still standing outside? "Sir, there was a credential issue," the officer stammers. "The credential is not the issue," the voice replies. "Your judgment is." The radio goes silent. The checkpoint infrastructure has testified on her behalf. The officer snaps to attention, shoulders back and chin up, showing the deference he had previously refused. "Ma'am," he says, the word now heavy with respect and fear. Every soldier around him follows suit, their muscle memory responding to a fundamental shift in the threat assessment. The gate opens, not with the quick snap of routine access, but with a formal, ceremonial precision. The woman walks through, her steps unhurried. She offers no smile of triumph or gloating remark. As she passes the booth, the officer lowers his head in recognition of his arrogance. Only after she is inside the perimeter do the radios resume their normal traffic. The gate closes with a final thud, sealing the lesson in the guard's memories. "Sir, what just happened?" a young soldier asks quietly. The officer stares at his console, watching logs scroll past that he doesn't have the clearance to understand. "We just learned why you verify first and dismiss never," he replies. Her badge is older than our protocol because she probably wrote the original version. By that afternoon, new training protocols are distributed to every checkpoint. Outdated credentials may indicate legacy clearance. Verify before dismissal. Though the incident is never officially mentioned, the policy change speaks for itself. The woman never looks back. The silence she left behind said everything.